And joining us now to further discuss the latest security moves in Judea and Samaria is founder and director of the Palestinian Media Watch, Itamar Marcus. Itamar, Israeli security forces have been very successful in recent days in locating and eliminating terror cells wanted for murders and attempted murder. Are they having any deterrent effect?
Even though the terror is continuing, there is no doubt that they're having a deterrent effect. Who knows how much worse it would be without the fact that we've essentially every single terrorist who murdered an Israeli in I think the last 6 months has either been caught or has been killed, even if it took sometimes a month or two. That has to have a deterrent effect. What's so interesting is what the Palestinian Authority is trying to do to cancel the deterrent effect is they are continuing to tell their people that the best thing that can happen to them in life is to die as a martyr. Dying as a martyr is being presented as not just something that is okay, but actually, if you die as a martyr, Allah chose you. That means you're really, really special and you're going to get all these rewards in paradise. So don't be afraid to die at the hands of Israelis. This is what the PA is doing to try to make people go out and continue terror.
That's always going to be our biggest issue. Now, Defense Minister Gallant, he decided to return the bodies of some dead terrorists. Why not just hold those bodies until Hamas gives back the bodies of Israeli MIAs and also the civilian prisoners still held in Gaza?
There are certain terrorists who are important for Hamas. And those terrorists, the bodies of those terrorists who are important for Hamas are actually worth something for us when we have to negotiate with Hamas to get back the hostages that they're holding there, as well as the bodies of our soldiers. There are other people who are absolutely irrelevant, and the bodies of the two people that we just returned, they were not connected at all to Hamas, and they were of no value to us in those specific negotiations with Hamas.
And on to something a little different. A small school was built illegally with EU funding on parkland near Herodian. It was illegal and was a health hazard. Why would the EU involve themselves actually in something like this? I mean, in the first place?
The EU, as we know, has been actively involved in trying to conquer Judea and Samaria. Excuse me. To conquer Judea and Samaria for the Palestinian Authority without firing a shot. They are trying to put schools and to put other structures in all sorts of strategic places. Strategic, not because they're helpful for the Palestinians, but they're a hindrance to Israel for any future development that we want to do in Judea and Samaria in the areas that are under Israeli control. That's, of course, Area C. So it's not just why did they do it? They are actively doing it. They are looking to undermine Israel's future in Judea and Samaria by building every place they can for the Palestinian Authority. One of the reasons they particularly build schools is because it sounds so terrible when Israel is forced to destroy these structures, these schools. I point out that I think this particular, we checked this out, one of the schools called Defiance, Palestinian Authority built the school in one day, literally, with European Union money. These are prefab buildings. They put them up in one day just to be able to say, we have a school here, Israel, don't touch it. So it's all political purposes. It's not for the benefits of the children. We've seen these schools built hundreds and hundreds of meters, possibly kilometers away from the actual place where the children are living, in the middle of nowhere. So this is a political structure, and it certainly should have been destroyed.
Itamar, and are these illegal structures, I mean, are they part of a Palestinian land grab in Area C, like the Regavim group says?
Absolutely. It's the Palestinian Authority land grab together with the European Union, who's happy to fund it. One thing I will point out is that I was very disappointed in the statement by the Israeli army, by Kogat, that one of the reasons it was destroyed, or justifying the destruction, that it was a dilapidated old structure and it was actually a dangerous structure. They should not have to feel justified that it was a dilapidated structure. Even if it was a beautiful structure and a strong structure, it had no right to exist. It was built illegally. And it's about time that the European Union decided to follow international law and not build structures illegally on land that the international agreements, such as the Oslo Accords, gives to Israel. If the EU wants to build there, let them try to get a permit from Israel, and if it's justified, we'll do it. If it's not justified, it should not be going ahead in violation of international law.
Itamar Marcus, thank you so much for all the information, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.